Good morning everyone. Welcome back to grade 4 mathematics class. How are you all doing today? Let's start a new chapter today. Chapter 10, Perimeter and Area. So, let's learn about perimeter with an example. Imagine you are going to a playground, a one like this one. You see it is rectangular in shape and you decided to walk along the sides of the ground. So suppose you are starting from here, you start walking, you keep walking and you are coming back to the first position. So right now you have gone around the edges or you have gone around the boundary of the playground and you have an idea of what is the distance along the edges or around the ground, what is the distance or what is the length of the boundary of this ground. So that distance or the length of the boundary is called the perimeter of this ground. So how can we define perimeter? Perimeter is the length of the boundary of a closed figure. So the length along the edges or the length of the boundary of a closed figure is called its perimeter. Now in the case of closed figures such as rectangles, a square or even a polygon, the perimeter would be the sum of the lengths of all the sides. Let's make this more clear with examples. We'll see what is the perimeter of a rectangle. So by definition, the perimeter of the rectangle should be the sum of the lengths of all its sides. Now you see a rectangle here, rectangle ABCD, and it has got the sides AB, BC, CD and AD. So what would be the perimeter of this rectangle? We said that it will be the sum of the lengths of its sides. So here we have the sides and hence the perimeter of this rectangle ABCD will be equal to side AB plus BC plus CD plus DA or AD. See, the sum of the lengths of all its sides. See, the perimeter is the sum of the lengths of its sides. Now, we'll do one question. What should be the length of the fence around a field of length 10 meter and breadth 8 meter? So, what is mentioned in the question? The dimensions of a field are given and it is said the length is 10 meter and the breadth is 8 meter, which means it is rectangular in shape. So, we have this field which is rectangular in shape and it has got the length 10 meter and the breadth 8 meter. So this side will also be 8 meter and this be 10 meter. So here we have the field and it is asked to find out the length of the fence around the field of these dimensions. So where do we build the fence? Along the boundary. So if we want to find out the length of the fence, it means that we have to find out the perimeter, which is the length of the boundary. So how do we find out the perimeter? So by definition, perimeter is the sum of the lengths of all the sides. And here we have the lengths of all the sides as mentioned in the question. So let's find out the perimeter with proper steps. So the perimeter will be equal to 10 plus 8 plus 10 plus 8. The sum of the lengths of its sides. So what is it? It is equal to 36 meter. So, the length of the fence or the perimeter of this field is equal to 36 meter. So, I hope this question is clear to you. Now, we will see how to find out the perimeter of a square. See, this square is also a special rectangle which has all its sides equal. So, here we have a square ABCD and it has the sides AB, BC, CD and DA. So, by definition, what is perimeter? The perimeter is the sum of the lengths of all its sides. So, that is equal to side AB plus BC plus CD plus DA. Now, let's work out some examples. Find the perimeter of a square field of side 22 meter. So, what is mentioned here? We have a square field. Let this be that field and it has got the sides 22 meters. So, since it is a square, all its sides will be of the same length. So that it is 22 meter on all the sides. Let this be a square. Now, the perimeter would be equal to 22 plus 22 plus 22 plus 22. So what is it? It is equal to 88 meter. So the perimeter of the square field is 88 meter. I hope this is clear to you. Now we'll work out a different example. Find the perimeter of the figure given below. So here you have a figure. It is neither a rectangle nor a square, but it is a polygon with straight sides. So how do we find out the perimeter of this figure? The perimeter of this figure is equal to the sum of the lengths of all its sides, and the lengths of all the sides are given in the figure. So what you have to do, just add up all these lengths and you get the perimeter of this figure. So what is the perimeter? It will be equal to 8 plus 6 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1 plus 2 plus 2. The sum of lengths of all the sides. And what is it? It is equal to 28 centimeter. So the perimeter of this figure is equal to 28 centimeter. I hope this is clear to you. Now we'll see a different example. Find the perimeter of the figure given below. You can see a figure given here, and this figure is placed on a square grid. You see the square grid? You can see this picture in page number 144 and under the question number 2 of exercise 10.1. You can see this figure is being placed on a square grid, and see the squares in this grid are all of the same size. If one side is 1 unit, all the other sides of each square will also be 1 unit. So how do you find out the length of this side of the figure? So it covers 3 squares here. So it would be 1, 2, 3. 3 units. Now what about this side? This side will be 1 unit. This side will be 1, 2. So 2 units. Here also 2 units. Here again 2. Now you have 1 unit here. Now here it covers 3 squares. So it will be 3 units, and here it will be 4 units. So now that we have the lengths of all the sides of this figure, let's add up all these lengths to get the perimeter of this figure. So it would be 3 plus 1, 4, 4 plus 2, 6, 6 plus 2, 8, 8 plus 2, 10, 10 plus 1, 11, plus 3, 14, 14 plus 4, 18. So the perimeter of this figure is equal to 18 units. So I hope this is clear to you. Now you have to go through these topics from page number 140 to page number 144, and you have to do question number 1 and 2 of exercise 10.1. You can work out the questions in your textbook itself. So that's all for today, children. We'll meet in the next class with a new topic. Till then, bye.